zone out mura itong 3 na ito. And he will be the first one to fall. Actually, no. 4 people here. That's Lasagna is being laid out. Even the gravity field killing spree na si Kenjiu. And the lasers just hurt so much. Double kill na. And that'll be a triple kill as well.
Oh, hindi ko alam. Pero initiator, a full fall! That's a full front combo followed up by the slicing measure of the beauty is there. The antagonist was also there para sa side ng University of the East. Now na pinuhos na ito ng Xavier University. 90k. Para sa ating goal. Oh my God! Ito na! Initiate na doon! They are on to the honey. Pinagsak. Visual Maelstrom of the members of Mitigator Esports Club. Raynera with the racket. Ito na rin. Si Rice taking on. Having a triple kill. Going for the carries. One-on-one sila ni Raynera. But Foreman is gonna be... Oh my God! Oh my God!
We are back. Again, I am Bad Boy Asarai with an I, with a different meaning.
Yeah, and I'm Cool Kid Neep with a 1 for an I.
Yes, and now you are back for the LoL Collegiate League Summer Playoffs. So we are now going into our Game 3 that is between OLFU, Our Lady of Fatima University versus Far Eastern University. So before we get into the match, guys, an announcement concerning the skins that we are about to give away. 1 code, 4 skins. Again, guys, isang code lang bibigay namin, 4 na skins na mapapanalunan nyo. So 1 winner takes everything off the table. Again, guys, so ang mechanics natin is match and win siya. So you have to match the code into the LOL client. And don't be alarmed, guys. Pag natama nyo na yung code, starter code siya. So that means that it says starter code, yada yada yada, and then Garena will get notified that you use that exact code and then ilalagay na lang yung skins sa account nyo. So again, don't be alarmed pag nakuha nyo na yung starter code or pag na-activate na siya and sinabi na starter code siya, alam na ng Garena na kayo nanalo and then we'll be inserting the skins themselves into your LOL account. So guys, again, don't be worried pag starter code yon, may skins na pupunta sa inyo. And again, 1 winner takes 4 skins. So, winner takes all. It's go big or go home. So we're gonna go now into the match between OLFU versus FEU, the bat and pick phase. This is Game 3. These two teams right now are playing off from the loss against UST. UST dominating these two teams.
Yeah, it looked really close at the beginning of those games. However, UST pulling ahead during that mid-game with the really superior objective control, and let's see how these two teams face off. I feel like OLFU had the better game against UST, so I'm kind of feeling OLFU might perform. However, FEU might be really thirsty themselves, looking for that victory. So let's see how it goes as we head into the pick and ban. Once again, 5.16. We haven't seen that many exciting things. Probably the biggest thing was the Gangplank. But
yeah,
even then, he didn't have that much impact.
Yeah, Skarner probably.
Yeah, Skarner as well. But then the new champions haven't had that much of an impact as we'd expect them. Maybe they're just overhyped, or maybe I'm overhyping them, or I just like have really high expectations.
I think it's just these two teams, again, like we've said previously, I think Game 1, they just want to play safe. Like,
yeah,
possibly, like you said, like, the compositions that these new carry top laners, carry junglers do is that you have to work around their compositions to complement them. And maybe they're not ready for it yet, or they haven't practiced it enough that they don't want to force it and then lose the playoffs, because then they're not going to be able to go into the finals, which is a really big deal because the prize there is pretty nice for yourself, for your team, as well as your school.
Yeah, so we do see that.
Okay, Darius banned. I mean, come on.
Darius has been banned, so we won't be seeing that tonight. Morgana being banned once again, so Morgana is a target ban towards Dom. Morgana was banned against OLFU in the game 2 as well. So UST did ban that out. And for OLFU, we did see that Skarner has been banned. So after that last game, they don't want to deal with it anymore. And
yeah, they saw how, yeah, Raze didn't get a lot of early game aggression, but
Yeah.
then
he made it count when it needed to count.
Yeah, that's true. Like, he got a lot of picks onto Sky, I think in the mid game to late game, and that just solidified the win for UST, as well as Zycan.
Yeah, definitely. And we do see that Fizz is banned by FEU. So again, another target ban coming in onto the OLFU team. And
3 of the 4 Juggernauts that we have been banned out by OLFU.
No, probably not going to see a Garen. I feel like Garen's the weakest Juggernaut out of all of them
Like,
to be changed.
he's very situational.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you have to wait until you get the good villain, or like the perfect villain for your damage output to really matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for sure. And let's see what FEU decides to ban as their last ban. So Echo has been banned. Echo, probably one of the top junglers at the moment. And with that, that does leave Elise open. So Elise is on the table. Rek'Sai is also on the table. If you want to go for something a bit... Ooh, Gangplank first pick. Interesting.
There's still 40 seconds.
Yeah, so it might be a flex pick. Maybe you might see it top this time around, as it was a flex pick in that last game where they decided to go for a Gangplank in that mid lane.
Yeah. Also, honestly, I would want to see, this is the last game, so why not make it a little bit spicy for our viewers?
Yeah, see that Teemo top.
I was about to say Fiora, but yeah, Teemo top. I mean, his changes in the 5.15, the one where his bombs can bounce off each other, or just bounce once.
Ooh, they decided to go for that.
There you go.
There's a
There you go.
Fiora
Come
being
on.
hovered
Never
over.
mind.
Nope.
They're
teasing us. They're teasing us.
They're watching the stream. Are they? Yeah, they're teasing us right now. They're hovering over so many champions. Can it?
I think they're trying to spell a message with the champion picks.
Oh yeah, like SOS.
FBF. FEU.
Oh yeah. Where's the
I don't know.
Where's the oh yeah.
Well, so the Diana and the Alistar being locked in. So 2 fairly good champions. Really safe, really strong. Nothing too special about them. And let's see what OLFU decides to take as a response.
Yes. All right. So now we're gonna see a hover over that Nocturne, and of course, guys, again, we would like to remind you: 1 winner, 4 skins for that oh so good academy. I am seeing right now in my left side. You can't see it. GM Kairu is dancing, like he wants to give away this skin really, really badly. And again, to clarify, the mechanics is match and win. So there's gonna be a code popping up in the monitor of your the screen of your monitor. Yes, the screen of your monitor.
Yes.
And you just have to guess the correct character, and then you get one code that will unlock 4 skins, as well as the starter code if you are a newer player to League of Legends. You haven't unlocked a lot of champions yet, so that'll help you quite a bit to save up some IP. It's always good to save some IP. Okay.
4 in 1.
4 in 1.
4 in 1. 4
All right.
in 1 Nescafe.
So, Nescafe. So before we do hype it yet again, let us check the picks and bans for OLFU as well as FEU. The Ani here coming in from OLFU.
Yeah, so we did see Annie and Graga. So really safe. Nothing really special about these picks. They're going really safe with these pick and ban right now. Just want to take that victory as clean as possible. We do see, however, for the FEU side, the Shen coming in for Rory, while we do have Kiddo on that Vayne. So we might be seeing a lane swap. Vayne is really good in that lane swap situation. You want to just try to keep her as safe as possible. Let her farm up. Let her become that hyper carry. Last time against UST, they had an hyper carry in the bot lane. However, they did not they did not give the resources to this Vayne, and to the carry rather. So let's see if they're able to give the resources to this Vayne and win the game from that.
Oh, will this be a support Annie for OLFU as they are hovering over the Sanivia? Granted that the composition of FEU does look for a lot of dash-ins So possibly when they are finished their dash animations and go into the clash, the Nivea ultimate might be a good counter to that if he's able to lock them in.
Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, if they're the ones dashing onto a Nivea, then
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter who a Nivea blocks out. So
Yeah, so now the only thing for FEU to pick is their jungler, and
ooh, Garen. I don't think they're gonna do it.
maybe a jungle Diana, then top lane Garen. Never mind. Man, this is...
So the FEU with the teasing, man.
Oh man, they've been teasing us. Like they were hovering over the Fiora. They were saying, let's just get the hopes of Meep and Asterai up, and then
Yep.
just stomp it right down. Happens
Exactly.
like that. Yeah. So it looks like it's gonna be the Rek'Sai here for FEU. Granted, I think they could go for the Elise for some more early game pressure, since like they had the two frontliners, which is the Alistar and the Shen, and then their composition is...
Can you get? Oh, there
you go,
So
there you go.
Neil was hearing you. I
Yeah.
guess he decided to. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Oh. Oh.
All right. So we do. So even though we did have some connectivity issues, we have finished the ban and pick phase. So I was right. Neil did hear me out. He will go for the Elise rather than the Rek'Sai.
And they've got a pretty good team comp. I don't really see the synergy coming in from that OLFU team comp. They've got the Gragas, they have the Gangplank. I believe they have the Annie and the Anivia as well. So I'm not really sure how that synergizes together in terms of what they're going to do for their strategy. I guess they could try to go for a more objective-oriented type of play.
Or more of like zoning out the opponents with the with their ultimates.
They have pretty good siege, I guess, with that comp. You can really just poke someone out of the turret with that Anivia and with that Gangplank. We'll have to see how Potu decides to go for it. And for the FEU side, you've got a really team fight heavy oriented comp with a lot of dash-ins, with a lot of pick. I believe they took the Alistar for their support as well, right?
Yeah. Yes, they did. Honestly, I could have wanted to see the Jarvan, but just because there's so much dash mechanics coming in from the opposing side, it wouldn't have been a good thing. Like, they could just dash out of the Cataclysm itself. So I think that would have been a bit of a bad trade-in if they would have opted for the Jarvan jungle. So again, guys, we would like to remind you, one winner, 4 skins for the Academy Echo, Academy Ari, Vladimir, and Darius. So be sure to wait for the code to pop up on the screen. That is a match and win. So you have to guess the correct character. And again, it is a starter code. So don't be alarmed. Pag nagsabi na starter code siya, the Garena will input the codes later on. So don't be frightened. Don't be scared. We are here for you.
Yes.
All right, so we have finished the ban and pick phase. We're just waiting for these two teams to, well, just go in to Summoner's Rift and finish this pretty intense startup to the playoffs of the LoL Collegiate League.
So let's take the moment to talk really about the pick and ban, like the overall strategy for both of these teams. We should probably expect a lane swap coming in from FEU, just seeing how bullyable Gangplank is in the lane. Gangplank has not the greatest early game, so if you're able to shut that down, it kind of hurts him quite a bit. And at the same time, you want to keep Vayne safe, so a Vayne Alistar versus a Gangplank is a much better matchup for the Vayne compared to the Corki Annie, where there's just so much magic damage, so much harass that can be dealt out. So expect FEU to go for that early warding, to go for the wards into that jungle, spot out the movements of that OLFU side, and adjust accordingly. Meanwhile, OLFU just need to... It's going to be really interesting to see how this works out, but I feel like they have a really strong carry throughout all stages of the game. In the early game, you have your Corki, you have that Annie, really strong early bot lane duo, especially with that level 6 power spike. In the mid game, once Anivia is able to complete 1 or 2 items, he's also going to be really strong. Then come late game, you've got that Gangplank who has that IE, who has that Infinity Edge, who's just 1,000 damage barrels, just wrecking your team. Meanwhile, So they've got a really straight in terms of power spike. It's a very flat spike.
So it's constant.
Constant, yeah. I guess that'd be the better term. Meanwhile, you look at the FEU side, you've got somewhat of a weak early game. Well, you've got a pretty decent early game with the Elise, so you're able to apply a lot of pressure. However, the only gankable lanes really are the Shen, somewhat. The Shen and the bot lane where you have the Alistar to follow up. Diana won't be the best target, as Diana can't really follow up on the stun, and then Nivea still has the wall, still has the stun, still has the egg. So there's just a lot of ways for Nivea to live. So, and then come mid game, it's gonna be a bit difficult for FEU to just win those team fights. I feel like you try to snowball with the Elise early game, you try to play that split push game come mid game, and then late game you just group up with that Vayne and start winning for FEU.
Yeah, so it's kind of like how IPT plays their composition with Hate. Just, you know, split push farming with the Vayne, and then when he has the items, he then just joins up the fight and wins straight up because of the damage output that he can deal with his itemizations optimal for the clashes.
Oh, that? Okay. I was looking at the bans and I'm like, oh wait, they already made the game. But I was about to say, when did they ban Fiddlesticks? But
yeah, I guess this was just.
I feel like that was a wasted opportunity. They could have spelled something really cool in the pick and ban. Maybe spell out their FEU. Yeah.
I think FEU is the only one who can do that, since OLFU's for.
They can spell CXG.
Oh yeah, they can. But I guess they didn't. They were in a hurry.
Wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
PDA and
I mean, come on,
EFF.
It's already 9 o'clock and they're probably hungry. Hungry for kills, hungry for food, hungry for anything. Even you guys, are you hungry for the skins? Because Academy skins are up for grabs. Only one winner for these 4 skins. Again, match and win will pop up onto the screen of your monitor. Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
And you just have to match it, and then it will give you the notification that it is a starter code, but we will insert the Academy skins later on, so be sure to wait for that as we go into the match between OLFU and FEU. That is Our Lady of Fatima University versus the Far Eastern University. Alright, so we're just getting into the loading screens, and let's see if they have some very cheeky or very nice skins to show us. Oh, so we have the UFO Corki.
Ooh, UFO Corki. So someone attended Rampage.
Somebody attended Rampage, so nicely done from that. Oh, Warlord Shen as well. Haven't seen the skin in quite a bit. Like, I've always only seen possibly Blood Moon Shen and the regular Shen.
Disappointed in the Nivea and the Gangplank though. They gotta step up their skin game. I feel like that's why they lost that last game. I believe the skin count was 3-2.
Yeah.
Skins make a difference, guys.
Yeah.
So if you really want to step up your game, just buy a skin. Show how good you are at that champion.
With the skins.
With that skin. Or if you just think it looks really cool.
Yes.
Get that skin.
I think the Black Frost and Nivea was available there for Dom. Didn't opt to go in for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright guys. So now welcome to Summer's Rift. This is Game 3 in the start of the LoL Collegiate League Summer Playoffs. So in the blue side, we have in the top lane, it's going to be Jobin with the Gangplank. In the jungle, it's going to be Pau with the Gragas. In the mid lane, it's going to be Dom with the Anivia. In the bottom lane, Zoo, we have Sky for the Anivia. And Wura will be our support Annie.
Yes, and for the FEU side, we will be having McRory on that Shen. For the jungle, we will be having all GT Neil on the Elise. For the mid lane, X Coheed on that Diana. And for that bot lane duo, we will be having Kiddo and Simid on that Vayne and Alistar. And right off the bat, we see FEU going for that level 1. Like we said, they have pinged the enemy jungle, looking to place those wards, looking to set up for that lane swap. So they will most likely be going for that lane swap. Meanwhile, OLFU doing the same, grouping up, invading towards that blue side jungle. So doing their own part in trying to spot the lane swap themselves. And let's see who can play the mind games better in this level 1. Who can fake out the other team into thinking that they're going for that lane swap or not swapping.
Yes. Right, looks like there's gonna be lane wards actually. I think this is the first match in the LCL playoffs that we've seen a lane ward, just to see if there's gonna be a lane swap. Like
Yeah.
we've only seen the aggressive deep wards. Granted that this is this game rather would tilt depending on where the ADRs will place themselves.
Yeah, definitely. And let's see how FEU decides to go about this mind game. Will they decide to stay in that bot lane, or will they be going for that swap? It looks like they'll be trying to psych out the OLFU side by staying bottom. However, they were spotted out by that ward.
Yes.
The safety spider, making sure that no one's camping in that bush.
Yeah, Spider-Man or
Woman, spider.
Woman.
Does
Spider
that
Girl.
exist? Spider?
I think it's called Spider-Girl in the
Alright,
comics.
they probably, yeah.
Alright, so now we do see that they're gonna help GT Neil here leash a bit onto the Gromp, but at least with that very minimal initial leash, doesn't need any more since her Spirelings are there to help her out, as well as her kit. Just so good in the jungle right now to just keep her healthy. As we do see the bottom lane right now, where's the support here? For Sky. Oh, he's gonna be very cheeky. Can I get the steal? Oh, he gets the steal. That's the second time Mura does something like that, and they gonna get the first blood as Pow. Wow, goes in and gets the body slam onto that Elise, so squishing the buff.
Mura, once again, I feel like Mura's like the king of like camp stealing. Like he stole that blue buff level 1 in the last game with that Alistar, and he did it again, and this time he got a kill out of it.
Yeah, so that's very cheeky plays coming in from the support of OLFU.
Definitely, and with that blue buff, let's see if Sky and Mura are able to bully out Kittle and Simmons in that bot lane.
Actually, I also kind of like that play from Mura since he got the kill, or rather Pau did get the kill, so that's just gonna stop the early game ganks that we could have seen from Elise. And those are really potent ganks as well. If she's able to get the combo off the cocoon, most probably in the bottom lane, because top lane is gonna be a bit difficult with the remove scurvy of the gangplank, and like you've said, the stun ice combo and the egg from the Anivia.
I actually disagree with Mura actually going mid lane right after that blue buff. He removed a lot of that pressure in the bot lane, and Vayne was able to get some really free CS, which he shouldn't have gotten. They should just be focusing on bullying out like that.
Yeah, and they immediately do that because Mura has the blue buff. He doesn't have to fear anymore the mana discrepancy that he could have done by spamming out those disintegrates and incinerates.
Definitely, and let's see how heavy the punish is for that bot lane. Ouch.
Kohi taking a lot of damage from the frost bite, frost flash. Just the icicles of the Nevia there.
Icicles.
I don't play Anivia. I haven't seen Anivia in quite a long time.
It's been a while since we've seen Anivia, so
like
I can't blame you.
Yeah, like he's gonna see you again, but it looks like it's gonna be a 2-man gank and 3-man gank in the mid lane. Nicely done. He does still have the flash. No, he doesn't. But the counter kill will give themselves Pau there as Dom, or rather, GT Neil gets himself the double buff, even the triple kill. Is it possible?
They have the egg. He has the egg, so.
Yeah. Still, GT Neil does get himself the red buff and the blue buff. So.
Yeah, so getting that revenge kill. However, I really dislike how Mura has been neglecting that bot lane and not punishing Kiddo in that bot lane. He's been roaming too much. I feel like he should just be staying in the bot lane, focus on harassing the Vayne out of lane. You have a Corki, you have an Annie who managed to get the blue buff, and now Corki is probably going to burn his flash right here because of this.
Yeah.
No,
doesn't connect. Just the skittering frenzy there, or rather the volatile spiralings coming out of Neil.
Yes, so.
Also, I think, the reason why Mura is probably just, been roaming that early on is just he felt good.
Yeah, but there's no need to really create pressure in that mid lane. You really just want to put your pressure on the bot lane, as that's your high priority. That's the high priority carry is in that bot lane. And right now, you've done something wrong when the Vayne is 10, almost 13 CS above the Corki. Yeah.
Also, like, they didn't need to get the kill onto Kohi because Dom was actually winning against him in terms of the laning phase. all of the stuns are connecting, as well as that double damage to get this, the slow. And they're not going to go in onto McRory here. He does get the slow from the barrel, but he is in range of the turret that they will not follow through.
Yeah, not that much follow-up damage coming in right there, and a pause coming in, so a little bit of a technical difficulty.
Yeah, as GT Neil does position himself in the bottom lane, but a nicely timed trinket war there in the bottom lane side brush into the side of OLFU will actually spot Neil if he steps outside that brush itself or goes into the brush there, which has the ward in it.
Yeah, definitely, and Neil, once again, going for that patient play in that bot lane. Corky does have both summoners up, so I feel like they won't be able to get that much from it. However, this will probably further assert the pressure that Kiddo is able to put in that bot lane, and Annie has a charge done, so they probably will go in.
Oh, there's the pulverized headbutt combo, and the damage from Neil is just too real. Can they get the kill? No, one more hit. He gets the kill with the bite, and even uses McRory with the Stan United. Nicely timed. Oh,
wow.
The cannon barrage.
Nope. Almost a double kill.
Yeah, the fancy footwork with that tumble will save Kiddo there. And also, I like the timing, or the tower aggression juggling coming in from the members of FEU there.
Last game, the RNG just wasn't playing in favor of Kiddo. This time, he decided to let him live.
That's true. So looks like it's gonna be a nice done trade there for FEU, as OLFU wants to get the kill onto Coheed here. He's just gonna run back and forth as the stun from Mura will secure the kill onto the mid laner of FEU as Dom. Second kill of the game for him, and you don't want that Anivia to get the kills.
Yeah, when Anivia gets fed, she hurts a lot.
Yeah.
Like, the frostbite, the glacial, the
Storm?
the flash frost plus the frostbite followed by the glacial storms does so much damage, and you really just need to respect that.
Yeah. Do you know the term like, what was it again? That it's so cold that it actually burns your skin, like dry ice, something like that. That's what the Nivea's gonna do right now, as she gets herself 2 kills against Coheed in the mid lane.
Yeah, definitely. And Anivia going for a very weak early game build, looking for that really high mid game spike. Has the tier, looking for that catalyst, going to go for that Rod of Ages, followed by the Archangel stuff. So
into the Seraph's Embrace.
yeah, however, during that period where she's still building the item, she's going to be fairly weak. So they do need to be careful about that.
Yeah.
However, like I said, they've got a very consistent curve in terms of when they're strong. However, Corky just hasn't had the best game right now, with Annie just not being in lane when she needs to.
Yeah, and Sheen with the build against the Bilgewater Cutlass, Sky can still put some damage onto Kiddo, but then Kiddo is just gonna complement Simon. Just, you know, if he's not in range, he gets the slow with the Cutlass, and then Kiddo can go in with the combo, possibly get the kill, and then Wura can get the slow, but then the damage isn't there anymore for OLFU. So it's like he did have to leave Sky in the bottom lane as he tried to get the gank into the mid lane.
Yeah, definitely. And they are setting up for a gank in that mid lane, so Neil and Simon were warding fairly aggressively. Ooh, will he get caught?
I think Jobin has... Oh, never mind. He does flash off. Dom will survive as only the flash was burned. Oh, he's going to try to re-engage. There's the Stan United by McRory. It will save the Elise for quite a bit, but not enough as they get themselves a 2-0, possibly a 3-0. And Jobin gets himself a second kill.
Yeah, and that should be a dragon coming in for OLFU right now. And this is the problem if your jungler has all the kills of your team for 1. However, Neil was really squishy and got caught out fairly easily. So the rest of the team didn't have that much damage. The Shen just has that Cinderhulk and that Chain Vest. Diana doesn't have the Nashor's Tooth yet, only has that Fiendish Codex. So not that much damage, and there wasn't really enough to finish him off.
Yeah. also, just going back a little bit, I did see the barrel crit. Does that mean that Jobin has a crit rune in his runes? Huh.
I
Or
believe
maybe it's
it
masteries.
wasn't a crit. It's just like it looks similar to crit
Oh,
when
okay.
you explode the barrel, but it's not
Oh.
technically a crit.
Okay,
It's
okay,
just
okay.
amplified damage.
I thought it was a crit.
No.
That was my bad. I got fooled by the visuals.
How? Yeah.
It happens, man. Yeah, so FEU, or rather OLFU, do get themselves that very aggressive 2-for-0 trade with the dragon in their pockets, just because, like you said, Neil has all the kills, and granted, Elise did get that rune wave really quickly, but then Elise isn't tanky. Like, if she gets caught out and her damage output, or rather her combo is gone, OLFU has so much re-engage that when she gets caught out, she dies really fast.
Yeah, definitely. And this is starting to get to the point where Elise kind of falls off in terms of how useful she is. She just becomes a meat shield, and
Look
Neil
at
with
this.
the patient play.
Yeah, they actually go in. They do get the Shadow Dash onto Jobim. He actually clears away really quickly as he does some fancy footwork with the flash. Will they get the counterplay? Almost there. Nicely timed. Tower juggler there from the members of FEU. Fancy footwork though from Jobim. Almost counterplays.
And Neil, not fooled by that fancy footwork, managed to time the repel perfectly, avoiding that barrel damage, and managed to reposition outside of turret range, which might have killed him if he didn't do that properly.
Pao here does put in a ward over that brush, but I guess he'll just try to defend the top lane and stop the recall of Neil. Also, I don't think if you noticed this, Neil actually had a Boots of Mobility and then he sold it for a Sorcerer's Shoes.
That's really interesting. I guess Neil is opting to go for more damage since he's kind of the carry right now with those 4 kills. He might as well just go for as much damage as he can in that early game. However, it looks like he is building towards the Aegis right now as he has picked up the Crystalline Bracer.
Yes. I kind of miss, I don't know, like if you guys are watching right now, I kind of miss having the Force of Nature. RIP, that item is so good. Especially
It's
with
even
Mundo.
better than Force of Nature.
Yeah, but now they-
Intervening block
Oh yeah, but now they're gonna go in onto Pao. He actually survives with a nicely timed explosive cast. Whoa! Another fancy footwork coming in from the members of OLFU as he actually dodges the Crescent Slash there and even body slams over the wall and saves himself a kill, or saves himself from the death that could have happened.
Yeah, and what's something to point out is, like, while looking at the spot lane, Wura hasn't really been roaming a lot, and as a result, the bot lane has been much more even. The CS deficit in that bot lane is no longer there. It's only 5 CS. However, once Sky kills this wave, it will be even in CS. So it should have been done a lot earlier. However, I guess better late than never.
Yeah, still, all of you have started to control the rise and fall, or rather the rise of their spikes. And look at this, almost, I think we're almost done. Oh, not yet. Oh, they're gonna catch out the Elise here? Nope. Alright, just back to the itemizations. It looks like they're about to finish their first items. Triforce for Jobim as well as Sky. Just a few more, 100 more. 200 more?
Yeah, and Dragon, it should be up around the same time that their items are complete. So this is going to be really good. And here comes the engage.
Yeah, the Flash Anti-Timber stun onto Kittle there. Will force him to flash away as Simon, of course with Unbreakable Will, is pretty much unbreakable. As he does soak up a lot of damage with that damage reduction.
Yeah, and actually all of that damage coming in was just from Annie by herself. And she managed to take Kiddo extremely low with no AP items at all. So lots of damage from the Annie. They really need to respect the flash engage. And I'd really like if Annie went for the distortion boost just to reduce the flash timer, as they don't really have any form of reliable engage other than, actually Annie is really the only form of reliable engage. You can't really trust the explosive cast or the body slam from Gragas as your best form of, as your main form of engage.
Yeah, because like the body slam flash combo can sometimes be misplayed, or rather can be reacted fast upon. And then the explosive cask is a two-way streak. Like, if you don't get the pull in, you just push them farther back.
Yeah, definitely. So having an Annie who can flash in much more often and much more consistently will really add to how OLFU plays these team fights.
Yes, so guys, boy ba ba kayo dyan? We're 15 minutes into the game, and we are still about to give away the match and win codes here. That is a one winner for take all the skins, academy skins there. As we do see here, 3 members of OLFU actually start to go onto McRory, but Rory a bit too tanky. Will save himself with a shadow dash out.
And what's something I've noticed is that FEU is actually using the same Shen, Diana double teleport core that UST used against them. However, they aren't really playing it that well. Granted, it is only 16 minutes in the game. They don't really have their items yet, but they should be looking to apply much more pressure onto the map, as I feel like they haven't really been doing the best job of doing that. And
yes.
Dragon is up, so this should be the very first objective with all the players having all their items up. So Gangplank does have that Triforce now up. Ex-Coheed has that National Suit and does have that Long Rod. We do see Anivia has completed that Rod of Ages as well. It's really only Corky who does not have that core item yet. I feel like this is going to be a really big problem as FEU is starting that Dragon now.
Yes. FEU do pull out the Dragon outside its own pit. They don't want to give the buffet table for OLFU to work with. Granted, they had so much AoE right now. There's the Stand Unite. Oh my gosh, Mura takes so much damage. Nicely done. Shadow dash there by McRory. Stuns, or rather taunts 2 people. And look at this, Jobim in the backline will use all of his kegs to do as much damage as he can, as OLFU look to go for a very dominant play here. Oh, almost.
Yeah, and that was just really smart play coming in from Dom right there. I feel like Dom was really the big deciding factor of why they won that fight. The Glacial Storm just zoned them out so hard. Kiddo couldn't go in. I believe Neil couldn't go in as well, and Rory couldn't go in. They were just really forced to get punished. And then once they did manage to go in, they already displaced by that Glacial Storm. Then there was the Cannon Barrage to just follow up further, further slowing them and making it much more difficult to get a clean team fight. Let's take a look at that replay right there. So we do see that Simon gets trapped. The stun misses though. The stun actually connects, and they use all their initial burst onto Mura, which leaves a lot to be desired for. And Kao actually gets a really insane explosive cast right there. And right now it's just Potu just doing a really good job of collapsing on the right targets, while Neil and the rest of FEU just not really having the best time getting their targets down.
Yes, also I think there was one that headbutt coming in from Simon pushes away Sky in the clash. Like I think he wanted to get the headbutt pulverize combo, but again, you know, just the timing is just that off. Like we are. Oh, they get the stun onto Kiddo here. Doesn't have the ultimate. He just gets bursted down as the Flame Child and the short pilot, or the short heighted pilot, does get the kill onto the Night Hunter.
Yeah, I don't memorize those tags, so I'd have no idea.
I don't know. It's just the titles, man.
Yeah.
The Dark Child pala siya, Flame Child.
I'm pretty sure it's Dark Child.
Yeah, that was my bad. All right, so look at that. They do get themselves an easy pick with the Ani having that stun in. And oh my gosh, Coheed, you don't want to go in range of that Glacial Storm, man. You're gonna freeze your skin off.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. This is not my day.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that one-liner, that 8 out of 10 or maybe 10 out of 10, but
Yeah, I'm still finding it.
that's all right. Take your time, man.
All right, so it looks like they're gonna try to contest for this blue buff. There's just too many members of FEU defending their own blue side. So granted, they do get the win over that, but the towers are starting to fall off like dominoes as OLFU have opened up the jungle area of FEU.
Yeah, and this is the time where the team will start looking to group up, will start looking to take objectives as a team and have a much more macro-oriented focus, where in the first 20 minutes of the game, they're really just focusing on laning, getting the right team fights, and occasionally grouping up once Dragon comes up. However, we've reached the middle of mid-game. So this is really what makes or breaks teams, and how they decide to make the plays, their decision making in this stage of the game is really what defines who's going to come out on top. And we've seen that with the US2, with the first 2 games, as is in this stage of the game where UST really managed to secure their victory. So let's see who will come out on top for this game. FEU is down 6K, however, it's still definitely winnable if they choose their fights correctly, if they ward correctly, and if they take their objectives smart. So bot lane turret is still an objective for FEU. I would expect them to go for it, actually.
Yes. And just looking into it, FEU have a pretty high call to try and counter out that 6K gold deficit against OLFU, but like you said, it's still possible, and we do get to resume into the game as Dom is delivered that blue sentinel. He finishes off relatively quickly, as I think he's about to finish his Archangel staff there. Archangel staff, guys, you have to remember, is now composed with the needlessly large rod, so yeah, there it is. So Rod of Ages and Archangel Staff is now finished for Dom. So his damage output as well as his let's say safety is almost there. There's the explosive cast onto McRoy, taking so much damage. Nicely done. Shadow Dash will taunt these 2 members as FEU try to re-engage. There's Neil. Here's the rocket, or rather Cannon Barrage, will stop the members. That slow is OP. 4 members of FEU are now here as Dom will try to reposition for his teammates with Wura right at his side. Will they try to re-engage with the stuns? Jobin here. Just gonna check the brush just a little bit.
So no kills going out after that really prolonged engage, and I feel like FEU hasn't really had the best time with their re-engages right there. Neil tried to go for the pick, really tried to force that pick. However, it felt like that was really unnecessary, and in the end, they just ended up burning a lot of their ultimates and a lot of their time when they could have been developing other sides of the map. As I believe, was it Kohid or Rory who got caught out?
I think it's Rory who got caught out, but Keto here gonna go with the 1v1 situation against Sky. But Sky has the heal, has a Triforce, the damage output is there, and I think he had full vision of Kiddo there, so Kiddo wasn't able to tumble in and out of the combo damage from that Corki as Paulus get caught out here, but he does have his teammates. Oh, Crystalline wall will stop Simon in his tracks, but the Unbreakable will. Can the cow be broken? Oh, the flash from Paulus save himself, but Dom will be forced to flash immediately after. Does flash over the stun as Neil gets the kill onto Pau, but the follow-up kill onto Neil there. As members of OLFU are now falling down like flies. FEU try to go for the re-engage, flashes over that E of the Diana rather. Oh, Jobim here does try to do the counterplay with those kegs, but finally an Alistar headbutt pulverize combo
actually
successfully
lands,
done.
and
yeah,
that's the result. If you actually manage to land that headbutt pulverize, you actually win stuff. So guys, take note. You land that pulverize free low. But looking at that game, I feel like this really shows the flaws of the OLFU team comp. There isn't really that much synergy in terms of their skills and what each champion does. Like we saw right there that the Gragas wasn't able to do his job, and they're all split up. Like Dom was by himself, Jobin was by himself, Pau was doing his own thing, and then Wura was also doing his own thing. Meanwhile, FEU, really clean team fighting, all solid, collapsing on the same target, and here comes another fight.
Yes, as Pau is now separated from his teammates by his own teammates wall there, he won't be able to save himself as the other members of FEU were able to just pick him off. The dragon is now up, but oh my god, what a shadow dash from Makalori. Gets another pick onto Wura there, as now I don't think they're going to be able to get the steal, but it might be too early to say. Nope, they get the kill onto it. So that's the first dragon of the game for FEU. So even though there is a 4,000 gold lead for OLFU right now,
it's starting to drop really fast.
Yes, that is definitely true there. And right now, I think FEU with this momentum can start to get some turrets,
Yeah,
get some
definitely.
vision, and then just force OLFU out.
And I really think that OLFU should just... But once again, this boils down to wards. They're forcing fights when they don't have the vision control. In that earlier fight at the top lane where Coheed went insane, they had no vision on all their targets and they got split. The same thing happened in that bot lane where they had no vision, Pao got caught, and then Woro got caught trying to ward. I feel like the biggest thing to take away from here is establish vision control before you can go for the objective or go for the play.
Yes, that's very true.
Wards win games. Wards save lives.
Yes, that's why support role is a very, very important role in the game. You have to have very good supports who knows how to ward properly.
Yeah, and speaking of wards, let's just really take a quick look right now at the wards of both these teams. We take a look at the Potu side. They barely have any wards. They have some wards in the river. They have really awkward wards actually. Like, I'm not sure what that pink ward is doing right there. And they really should just be developing wards right now. And meanwhile, you take a look at the FEU side. Once again, not that great, and this does leave them susceptible to picks by the Anivia, by the Gragas, by the Annie.
Yeah, I think lazy warding is the problem there for FEU, as well as I think they are afraid of the pick-off potential that OLFU have, especially with the Ani stun.
Yeah, definitely. The wall, the crystalline wall and that Annie stun are just really scary initiate tools right there. And we're actually picked up the distortion boots, so taking my advice for...
Yeah, I think it's just I think that's the common sense build for support Ani.
Especially when you have a team comp like this with not that much reliable engagement.
Yes. Alright, so it looks like OLFU are starting to group themselves up in the mid lane as FEU have, or rather are reacting to this as they are starting to get this mid tier too. There's the pick onto McRory, but he does, or is in a bad position to get picked off. If they do, they're putting too much pressure into that. And of course, guys, we'd like to remind you, we still have the Academy skins as, okay, Neil gets caught out just a little bit. Guys, wait, let me finish the announcements. Again, one winner for all of the 4 Academy skins. That's the Echo, that's the Vladimir, that's the Ari, and of course the Darius. And of course a starter pack if you are a newer player, you can benefit from this. That is at least budget for your IP, not even used. So now all of you are knocking on the HQ of FEU. There's the two-man pulverize from Simon. He does get stunned by Ani.
Wow.
And now, wow, so much damage coming in from FEU. Can they finish this off? Neil does flash away. There's the Stand United onto Neil, but Potu Sky just rockets into the face of that spider.
And there's just so much zone control coming in from this OLFU team. Even though Annie was down and wasn't able to pop that ult down, you still had that gangplank with the cannon barrage and with those powder kegs, and that's really what made...
Oh!
Here comes
Guess the missing character, guys. Academy skins. So the code is 1K6DA question mark MI0. That's a 0, guys. 72RP 5 HP. So again, that is 1K6DA question mark MI072RP 5 HP. Oh, you have 2 RP and 5 HP. What will you do?
RP HP. I think it's a sign.
It's a sign, bro. All right. So with that, guys, good luck. And of course, don't forget, if you are a PGS Rifter, or if not, join the PGS Rift Facebook group. That is www.facebook.com/groups/PGSRift. And if you are the winner, please post that. And, well, it does allow you some bragging rights, guys, because those are 4 skins.
Yeah, and I feel like this is a really desperate play right there, and I feel like they will get punished for this play. And this might be the end of the game if FEU doesn't play this right.
Yes.
Ooh, they get the Baron.
Baron right now, but Coheed takes a lot of damage, as well as Simon. Oh, look at this. The perfect ultimate from Dom. Won't actually... Oh, look at that. They're just going to finish off the members of FEU. Again, perfectly placed ultimate there from Dom. He places it right in the entrance of the Baron Pit, and then FEU can't do anything.
Yeah, the entire FEU team fought in that Anivia ultimate, and that was just a really great play by Wora, really great Tibbers, followed by that really great explosive cast, just making it so they're forced to fight in that ult, and this could be OLFU going for the win right now. They really want it.
Yeah, they have the Corki with that Trinity Force item, and I don't think even those 5 seconds, there's not enough items in the world for OLFU to work with at this time. There's a 2-man Shadow Dash, but now they're hammering down onto this Nexus as OLFU can cancel out or finish off this game. What is happening right now? Sky will go down? Nope, but OLFU finishes off this game. And
GG, well played.
GG, well played. Congratulations to OLFU. 1 point for them, and FEU are a little bit down in the dumps as they do lose to UST as well as OLFU, but still a nice try from them.
Yeah, I feel like that was not the correct play coming in from that FEU team. That was extremely desperate, and I felt like if they managed to prolong the game a bit further, they might have gotten away with it, but they didn't have that vision control for the Baron. It was just extremely desperate move with a very low chance of it succeeding. They were banking on the fact that maybe some of them might have been bot lane, giving them enough time. However,
all of them were there.
Yeah, they're all there, and they just collapsed.
Yeah.
Got beautifully collapsed on by the Anivia, by that Annie,
Yeah.
by that Gragas.
Their composition was so well built in
Yeah, there's just so much zoning control. During those team fights, Vayne couldn't enter at all. If he tried to enter, she'd get chunked by that Anivia, she'd get chunked by those Gragas, by the Gragas, by the Gangplank. There's just so many ways to zone out the Vayne, so it's effectively a 4v5 throughout most of the game, despite Vayne getting that early free farm.
Yeah, so guys, that was game 3 between OLFU and FEU. So OLFU were victorious, and FEU do get themselves 0 points. OLFU with 1 point, and of course UST winning those 2 matches get themselves 3 points. So going into next week's playoffs Saturday, they are in a very, very advantageous position. Of course, we do have a match tomorrow, guys. That is, look at that Veer, man. His face just says.
And then got a shout out to Kenji, who, man, rocking that blue polo, looking very handsome himself.
Yes, so tomorrow, guys, we have, again, the LoL Collegiate League Sunday playoffs. So that is a match between PUP versus UPD, UPD versus JRU, and JRU versus PUP. Again, guys, we would also like to remind you that the Academy Skin code has been given off, and if you are the lucky winner, again, starter code pa lang siya, but we will insert the 4 skins right after, so please be patient. And if you have one, please post it on the PGS Rift group, and if you haven't joined it, please join it. That is www.facebook.com/group/PGS and I think we are now starting off into the shoutout phase of our shoutcast.
All right, I'll give you the entire list of shoutouts. I'm probably gonna butcher every single name, so be my guest, man.
All right, so we have GS Riku sporting that Sona shirt. Nicely done. Coming in from Rampage as well as Gigi Aika
Sporting that Ateneo varsity jacket.
All right, so we are shouting out to Kaneki211. Hola. Ato Olivia. Hola. Alex One Piece 123. Hola. I'm gonna stop.
Are you gonna say that for every single name?
I'm gonna stop now. Swartsex, Vezdeven, Janjan102, VL21, Jeff BC12, Puede Pie. Oh, okay. So like PewDiePie, but Puede. Okay, that's cute. Jolo Louise 0809 #anti-Hugot. I don't know what that means, but I guess he just tried to counter my Hugot there.
Wow, it's Kinzen.
Yeah. Oh, we have IVT Kinzen here, guys.
IVT Blue 80 carry.
Yeah. We also have a shout out to I Love Chene. So Chene, you're a lucky person. Jago. Hey Jago. ACL23. Daniel Garena PH. Maskman. J Doll Martinez. Echo loves pizza. Does he now? Ario Towa. Naruto with the G. That's like Naruto. Darmelia. Okay, whatever. You guys, Neko loves potato. Leo Smith, Trishy Bear. Okay. Gab. Napatingin si Kinson. Wait lang. Gabworth, Ace, and Starfish. Huh, there's a code here. Orange, think positive. Mask Man is here for you. Oh, I think that's a message. Veer is the best jungler, but second only to Rebenga. Wow. Trash talk much. Hi, Katie. Let's play again with Riku. So, yeah. All right, so any shoutouts from you guys?
Hello, shoutout sa mga team ko. To Ivy. Oh, there's the camera. Hi guys. Shoutout din sa mga nag-ayos sa akin sa Garena. Ay, sa Twitch. What?
Alright, so... Uy, wow. Yung meron siyang arena effect. Anyway, hi. Yun, meron pa tayong playoff matches tomorrow. So that would be UP, PUP, and JRU. So please be sure to check those out. And meron pa tayong Academy Skins giveaway tomorrow. Isa pang ganun ulit. So mamimigay ulit kami ng isang set ng Academy Skins to one lucky winner. So yung starter code, so pag nakuha niyo yung code, nahulaan niyo ng tama. So, lalabas sa client nyo is starter code. Libreng starter code yon. Pero, hahanapin namin kung sino yung nakakuha ng code tapos i-insertan din namin ng 4 Academy Skins. So, in short, makakuha kayo ng Academy Skins tsaka ng starter code. So, bonus yun. Swerte. So, sa mga nagtatanong kung paano pag wala po kami nung Ari, wala po kami ng Darius, Echo, or Vladimir, okay lang. Kasi makikredit pa rin siya sa accounts nyo. Hindi nyo lang siya magagamit. Kailangan nyo bumili muna ng champion para magamit yung mga Academy Skins. So, ayun. Oh, dude, please. Because he's a cool kid. That's what he does. Ayun, anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the LCL. So, hindi pa tayo tapos. Marami pa tayong surprises. Next week, meron din ulit. So, ayun. So, thank you. Jem Cairo out.
Alright guys, so I'd like to remind you that tomorrow our casters will be GS Shinbu. That is a Shinbu with a 1 for an eye, and GS Amplifier, who has no catchphrase as of now. I'm looking into your eyes, Eno. Have a catchphrase for our lovely viewers.
Bye, I'm Cool Kid.
That is a 1 for an eye, and I have of course Bad Boy Asarai with an eye. And we are ending off the LoL Collegiate League playoffs, so see you guys next time.